Like, who the fuck does this guy think he is? I know that's exactly what you're thinking. But after working one-on-one with hundreds of producers and seeing gold and platinum producers quit, I have seen that there are 10 fatal mistakes that kill a producer's dream of going full-time. Chances are you're making at least one of them. Number one, you're waiting for something to happen. You're sitting there, you're making loops, you're making beats, you're sending stuff out, you're just waiting for shit to fall into your lap. You have to be a force of nature. They say insanity is doing the same things over and over and expecting different results. If you're watching this and you've been grinding for placements for 2 or 3 years, but you haven't gotten any placements yet, you are doing the wrong thing. You're not going to be able to do the same thing and be able to just sit there and wait for something to fall into your lap. It's good to be hopeful, it's good to be optimistic, but you don't want to be delusional. If things aren't working, you have to stop and think, is this really how things should be done? There's a quote, when people achieve success and when they win, they party, and when they fail, they ponder, and all greatness comes from pondering. It's a great quote. A lot of producers don't sit there and ponder and wonder what's going on. You have to get into people's faces. This is the number one thing that I tell people, is be more persistent and just be like a dog with a bone. If you're trying to get placements, get in people's faces, let them know about you, post your loops everywhere, be in people's DM inboxes, be in Discord servers, be in voice chats, go live, put your stuff on YouTube. You cannot just sit and wait for things to happen. There are people who have come inside my mentorship program and they've been grinding hard, but they had 20 people on their email list. And I was like, bro, that's just not enough. You know, you can be making the greatest loops ever, but 20 people seeing your loops, the probabilities are just not in your favor. You cannot wait for something to happen. You cannot just make a loop and send it to that email list and go, oh, that's my work for today. No, you have to go out there and add new people to your list. You have to go out there and make something happen. Don't wait for things to come to you. You have to force things to happen. The next fatal mistake is taking zero accountability. This could actually be the biggest one out of all of them. Actually, I take that back. There's a few that I'm gonna talk about later, which are also big, but this one is massive. You have to take accountability. If you've posted a YouTube video and it's gotten no views, it's your fault. If you posted an Instagram reel and it's got no views, it's your fault. If you've released a kit and it's got no sales, it's your fault. If you haven't gotten a placement in XYZ months, it's your fault. Everything is your fault. Anything good that happens to you is because you did a great job. Anything bad that happens to you, it's your fault. You have to get this into your mind. Stop deflecting responsibility. I cannot fucking stand people who have the audacity to complain. I heard one guy who was like, I hate posting reels. Like, the algorithm doesn't want to push good music. No, the algorithm doesn't want to push your shit fucking video. Sit and think to yourself, maybe this video is shit. And I know this is kind of the hard truth, but for any of the people who are actually smart and understand how the world works, this is how it works. It's not a matter of, it's this person's. Instagram isn't out to get you. They don't know who you are. The placement gods aren't watching you and going, haha, let's make sure he doesn't get a placement. It's not how it works. It's all down to you. And this is the beauty of it, because you're in control of where you want to go. It's up to you whether after you watch this video, you actually implement the advice, or you just go, oh, he's being rude, I'm not gonna watch it, I'm gonna dislike. It's literally up to you. But you can imagine which person out of those two scenarios is gonna win. You have to take full accountability. And I know that for some people, this is kind of like the harsh truth a bit. It hurts our ego. It's nice to be like, oh, it's this person's fault, it's this person's fault. But at the end of the day, it's your fault. Everything is your fault. So you have to take accountability. If you're not where you wanna be, it's because you have fucked up somewhere. Maybe you're not working hard enough. Maybe your loops aren't good enough. Maybe your beats aren't good enough. Maybe you've been focusing too much on actually making music and not enough on networking. All right, next is being afraid of doing the boring business stuff. Now, if you want to be a full-time producer, it's a music business. It's not a music leisure center, right? If you want to do this as a hobby, it's a different story. But if you want this to be a business where you're getting enough money to support yourself, you have to treat it like a business, which means you have to do the boring stuff. You have to sit there and edit the videos. You have to sit there and make the website and send out the email blast that you can't be fucked to send out, and learn how to code XYZ part of the website even though you don't know how to code. So many producers, they just go, oh, I just want to make music. Like, I'm passionate about the music, but I'm not passionate about this other stuff. Yeah, but that's why you're not where you want to be, because you're too fucking lazy. One of my good friends, he would always say this in like 2021. He's like, bro, I like making music, but I don't want to post it on YouTube. Like, I feel like that's going to take the love away from it. Fast forward to now, he's quit fucking producing. There's a lesson in that. If you want to get results that people don't have, you have to do the things that people aren't prepared to do. So yes, there are going to be times where you're working on a website and you can't be asked and you don't know what you're doing. And you have to do all this boring business stuff. That's the name of the game, right? You just have to do it. You have to suck it up. And the thing is, once you learn how to do it once, it's a skill that stays with you forever. It's not like you have to continuously learn these new things. And when you learn a good skill, you become more valuable not only for your own brand, but you can offer value to other people's brands. You see the world through a different lens when you learn these skills. And then maybe you see a producer who's making a mistake and you hit them up and you go, hey bro, I noticed you were doing it this way. I've actually tested this way, it's better, blah, 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 blah. Let me set it up for you. In exchange, can you check out my loops? Bang. All right, next one is you're afraid to sell. So I tell people, you're not a fucking charity, right? This isn't UNICEF. If you've made beats and an artist is gonna drop the song on streaming platforms, you shouldn't be afraid to ask them for money. If you go into a restaurant, you're gonna pay. You're not just gonna eat the meal and walk out. That's what a lot of you guys are letting rappers do. Don't be afraid to sell. You've worked hard. You've probably carried the song. Don't be afraid to sell. Don't be afraid to ask money, because not only is your work valuable, but how are you going to be able to pay rent? How are you going to be able to become a full-time producer if you're just letting people walk all over you? I see people, they make extremely good kits and then they do one story about it and they never talk about it ever again. And I know why it's happening. It's not because they don't believe in their product. It's because they don't want to be seen as salesy, or they don't want to be seen as blah, blah, blah. If your kit is genuinely so good that you believe people are missing out, you have a moral obligation to let people know about it. Let me say that again. If your kit is so good that if people don't get it, they're missing out, you have a moral obligation to tell people about it. Obviously, you don't want to be pitching to people 24/7, but it's important. If you have a very valuable product, let people know about it. A lot of the big YouTuber producers, the ones that sell kits, they're always promoting their stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? They believe in their product. These guys are already full-time. If you're watching this and you're like, well, I'm a bit reluctant to sell, but you're not full-time, you actually have to take a leaf out of these people's books. It's important. If people are where you want to be, you have to understand and listen to their advice and analyze what they're doing and implement it to what you're currently doing. All right, next is you don't know how to sell. So there are people who I work with one-on-one inside of my mentorship program, and they do not know how to sell at all. So they've got really good beats, they know how to start the conversation, but they don't know how to close the sale. They don't know how to get the guy to actually pay. When someone says, I'll pay you on Friday, or when someone says, I'll think about it, oh, I'll let you know, do you know what to do then to still get the money? Because if you don't, that's okay, but you need to learn the art of sales. You need to learn the skill of sales. A quick few tips that I can give you guys is give them an incentive, give them a reason to act today instead of in a week's time. And you do this by creating a bit of urgency. It could be something as simple, I mean, this is what I told someone inside my program to do. I'll chuck an extra 2 beats in completely free of charge if we just move forward with this today. Let's lock it in. Something like that, where it just kind of gets them to move quicker and hurry the fuck up. Because a lot of people, what they do is they go, oh, you know, today was a good day. Like, this guy might buy my beat. You know how many times someone might have bought my beat and they never bought it? 1 million, right? So what matters is, did they pay you or did they not pay you? Now, it's nuanced. You don't want to be too pushy. I've seen people do terrible sales tactics where it's like way too pushy. It's the way that you say it. Another example that people use is someone will delay it. They'll go, oh yeah, I'll buy soon. And then the producer says, yeah, no worries, but just as a heads up, I've got this song coming out, it's around the corner. And once that does come up, the price is gonna raise. So if you wanna lock it in at this current price, just let me know. And they always buy, because who the fuck wants to pay more later? And then you've gotten the money today, even if it's at a discount, right? So not every person you talk to is gonna be dying to give you their wallet. Sometimes you have to do a few things to still get the money, right? A lot of producers, oh yeah, well, you know, I'm not gonna force it. If he wants to buy it, he'll buy it. What the fuck is that? That's shit. That's like, oh, you know, if the girl wants to go on a date, she'll message me first. Like, sometimes you have to go out and get it. It's the first point. Sometimes you have to go out and get it. Sometimes you have to start the conversation. Sometimes you have to throw a few sales tactics in there to get them to act. All right, next one. This one is super important. You think the work ends at a good beat or a good loop. So a lot of people, they just completely neglect networking. They think that making great music is gonna save them. I know a producer who spends half of his year busy at his job. So he doesn't make samples at all. And he gets more fucking placements than most people. Now you might be thinking, how does that work? Well, I'll tell you how it works. In that time when he's not making music, he's only networking. So he's only networking and sending the loops that he made 6 months prior. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because it shows how networking is arguably more important than making new samples or then making new beats. Like, if you're good, if you know you're good, the beats and samples you've already made are probably good enough. It's better to increase the ratio of networking and decrease the amount of music you're making if you want to speed up placements. I hope this point makes sense. Sometimes producers will be like, yeah, I spent 10 hours making beats. But it's like, that's pointless because do you have anyone to send the beats to? If not, then that was maybe a bit of a waste of time. You're gonna have to start networking so that you have to make sure that the beats are getting the love you deserve, or the samples are getting the love that you deserve. How can they get the love you deserve if there's no one to send it to? All right, next is you're easily distracted and you can't focus. That's such basic advice. Yeah, but how many times do you open up your phone to send a message and you end up on Reels? A lot. So even though it's basic advice, it's not about what you know, it's about what you implement. When you're working, consciously be like, okay, ask yourself, what am I doing right now? Like right now, I'm making this YouTube video. And then once I make this YouTube video, then I'm gonna edit the video. One thing, one thing, one thing. Focus on one thing at a time. I'm not making this video and then checking my Instagram DMs and watching a YouTube video. But this is what a lot of people do. I mean, fuck, we're all guilty of it, right? But to the best you can, focus on one thing. Trying to get distracted so easily. What you're doing when you keep distracting yourself and when you keep going from task to task, first of all, you're delaying how long it takes for you to get into the deep work. But really what you're doing is you're just trying to get the quick hits of dopamine. You want to get dopamine from doing real work. There's two types of dopamine. There's the cheap dopamine, which is like you're just scrolling on Reels. And there's the dopamine that I'm getting right now making this YouTube video because I'm feeling accomplished. You want to be chasing this type of stuff. You're not going to be able to do that if you're constantly distracted and if you can't focus on one thing at a time. So try and just be conscious about, okay, I'm going to do this one thing and then I'm going to move to this next thing. And keep your phone away, work more on your laptop. There's a whole lot of other things I could talk about. I'm not going to talk about in this video, but very important point. Next is you're scared to post yourself. How do you expect to make it as a producer if no one knows what you look like? Seriously. You are one of 1 million, one of 10 million producers if you don't post yourself. You need to do anything you can to stand out. Do anything you can to stand out. What's the best way to stand out? Well, you don't look like anyone else on the fucking planet. So that's a pretty good way to stand out. That's a great start. So post yourself. You can't be that fucking ugly. Stop worrying, stop caring about what people think about you. They probably don't even think about you at all. They probably don't care, all right? That's just the reality. If there is a friend from high school who's taking the piss, he's a fucking loser. Anybody who sees you posting yourself that is worth respecting will see you doing that and will also respect it. You want respect from people who are worth respecting, not from fucking Jimmy from high school. So don't be scared to post yourself. You have to put yourself out there. It's literally non-negotiable nowadays. You'll see all the top producers, they have photos of themselves in the studio. It's for a good reason. All right, next, this is a big one. I was talking to someone about this yesterday. You're on today and you're off tomorrow, so you're not consistent enough. Now, if you're watching this, maybe you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're firing, but then the next day it's not as good. Now, what you need to do is you need to build up an unstoppable amount of momentum to the point where it just feels normal to work. Like for me, I wake up and I just work until I go to sleep. That's how it is. It's very normal, but it's taken me a while to build up to this. And notice with being consistent, it's very hard to build up and easy to lose. You taking a day off is extremely costly. It's not necessarily costly because of the amount of work that you missed. It's costly because of the momentum that you lose. This is so important. One of my friends who also does online business, he's doing really well for himself. He was telling me he took like 5 days off around Christmas and it was just so hard for him to get back into the rhythm of things. And it's true. But if you're in the rhythm of things every single day, it's easy. It just feels natural. It's kind of like it takes a lot of energy for a plane to get off the ground, but once it's up in the sky, it's like on autopilot. Every single time you take a day off or you relax or whatever the fuck it is, the plane's just on the ground again. It's hard. So make sure you're on today and then you're on tomorrow. People say winners aren't defined by how good their best day looks. They're defined by the day after their best day. You know, if you have a great day today, what does your day look like tomorrow? If you make a lot of money today, what does your day look like tomorrow? That's like the differentiator of successful people. It's like this fucking video. This is the most watch this get like 14 views because it's on a new channel, but fucking hell. All right, last one is you just don't want it bad enough. At the end of the day, it comes down to willpower. It comes down to just wanting it, right? It's gonna give you that extra push. There are times when you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be like, fuck's sake, because I can't be asked. You're gonna be sitting at your desk and all you wanna do is you just wanna lay in your bed, you wanna watch a movie, blah, 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 blah. It just comes down to how bad do you want it. I can't really give any tips for this because it's like either you want it bad or you don't, right? Either you're happy working with a 9 to 5 or you don't want to work a 9 to 5. Like that's just the fucking end of the day. Like the Billboard and platinum and gold producers who end up quitting, they just don't want it bad enough. They just don't care. Like they're just happy to like a normal job. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some of you guys watching this, you don't want to work a normal job and I'm with you. I'm so petrified of having to work a normal job. I will do anything in my power to make sure that's not going to happen. And that's what I've done. So yeah, don't let this be another video that you just watch and forget about. Actually implement what I'm telling you, because you're gonna see how powerful this stuff is when you implement it. If you've been producing for a few years and you're still not where you wanna be, this is definitely gonna hit you close to home. And the thing is, most producers, they keep making these mistakes year after year. They maybe don't even know that they're making the mistakes. They keep doing the same thing, expecting different results, and wonder why nothing changes. And that's why I built Chart Chasers, which is my private mentorship program. I work one-on-one with producers. It's a system designed to help producers break out of the cycle of zero progress and actually go full time. So if you're ready to stop guessing and you want to see a bit more clarity, you want to know that every action you're taking is actually getting to where you want to go, you can click the link in the description. There's a bit more information about that there. Some of you have already wasted enough time. You've already wasted enough years. You need to take action. You want to be an action taker. It doesn't have to be done the hard way. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, you can click the link in the description to apply for Chart Chasers.